Why would someone sell their property, quite often their biggest asset, at a discount? What would be the benefits for them? That's what we're going to talk about today on this episode of Life and Transitions Experts Podcast. What's going on, everyone? Courtney Rollins. I am here. As I said, I am the host of Life and Transitions Experts Podcast, a community that is dedicated to helping people prepare for and navigate successfully through life's biggest transactions and changes. The main focus is in real estate and in estate planning. So that is very all-encompassing when we talk about estate planning. We're talking about your life, your goals, your aspirations, your assets, your liabilities, all that's encompassed in estate planning. And quite often, real estate is one of the biggest assets many people have in their estate. Now, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not a lawyer. So anything that I share here is really just my experience and my opportunity to have a platform to share some of the things that have come out here, and as well an opportunity to learn and grow, because a lot of these topics are things that I need to understand to provide bigger and deeper services to the folks that I serve. And my main form of business is through Estate Pro Service, where we dig deep into the probate real estate niche. We try to have we say heart, head, hands-on approach to helping families successfully navigate the probate process. Probate is when a family or someone leaves this earth and their assets and liabilities have to be taken care of. If they don't have other legal remedies in place, quite often they have to go through the probate process. It can be very daunting, it can be very challenging, but it also is something that can be done very easily or smoothly if you have the right support, and that's what we hope to provide. Also, love for you all to check out Do REI Deals. I'm very passionate about helping others and become wholesalers or investors or strengthen the aspect of investing or real estate investing or wholesaling. They're doing so. Do REI Deals. We have tons of off-market deals there folks can work with, especially if you're in the Baltimore, Maryland area or the Durham, North Carolina area. We also love partnering and JVing with folks and give away tons of resources such as scripts, sales systems that may help you contact and connect with and convert more of your sales conversations into actual sales, which means you're helping a lot of people and hopefully helping your bottom line and your income and your wealth grow. All right, so all that out of the way, let's get back to it. So why would someone sell their property? That's the American dream, to have property. They're not making any more land, right? And I highly encourage folks to hold on to property as they can, but that doesn't mean that every property is equal, and it doesn't mean that there aren't reasons that people may find that they may need to or want to sell their property, particularly to a cash investor. All right, so let's dig into some of those reasons. All right, we'll go over 5 today. Let's say 5. All right, so one is there is no waiting. Quite often, when you are selling through the traditional route, whether you're going through the real estate agent or you're listing it, there is a process for that end buyer to be, if they're not a cash buyer, to be vetted to make sure that they can basically be underwritten to be able to purchase the property. And that can be long, tedious. You have banks, you have so many different stipulations based on each lender. And you may find that you are waiting a long time, tick, tick. And if you are constantly putting money into the property each month, that could be a burden. Or if this is an inherited property and you're not even expecting the burden of the monthly mortgage, if there's one on there, it can really be taxing or draining. Or perhaps you're out of state and it's just very challenging to continue to manage the property from far away. There are reasons why not waiting can be a huge benefit for you. Another reason, number 2, we'll say, is no repairs. Quite often, if you find a cash buyer, they're going to take the property as is. That means that leaky faucet that should have been repaired, or fixing that window upstairs so you can get more value, or updating the kitchen, which would cost tons of money for you possibly, is not needed. There's no managing contractors who start off really well, but then after 2 weeks they're gone, and then you're searching for more. And again, the headache and the challenges and the damages to you financially and emotionally can be alleviated going with a cash buyer, because they're quite often going to accept it as is, taking it on with all the liabilities involved. And so that's another great benefit. And number three is no showings. I know during our last several years, our life has been really just changed based on different COVID stipulations and people wanting to make sure they protect their privacy and protect themselves for health and safety concerns as well. So quite often when you have a real estate agent, they're going to do the right thing and try to make sure they get the most out of their property. And that means presenting it in the best light. However, if the property is not up to date, or again, you're back to those repairs, you don't want to do the updates to repairs, it can be very challenging. Or if you don't want people trotting in and out of your property, perhaps there are people in the home that could be impacted or affected by high volume of people coming through, or you just for some reason you don't want people to see the inside of your property. I know people live in a lot of different ways, and there are sometimes hoarder situations or just other situations that cause folks to say, hey, I don't want people inside this property. We can get this done without having to show it to so many people. That would be great. And that's another reason to consider a local cash buyer, particularly in Durham, North Carolina. Again, you can connect with the State Pro Service. We may be the ones for you. If not, hopefully we can connect you with somebody who can work with you, or at least you have some options on the table, right? And then number three, all right, is no commission. Quite often, if you're working with a real estate agent, or if you decide to list or go with the listing option, there is going to be a commission involved. And so some of that hard-earned money that you want to go quickly to you will be going to your agent's fees. And so if you want to avoid that, just recognize that quite often the cash buyer should not be charging a commission if they have a real estate agent on board. They should be paying for that. Of course, we never charge commission based on if we're buying the property as cash buyers. So of course you can consider us there, or you can find somebody in your market, in your area, that is vetted, that is experienced, that you feel you can trust. And then I would definitely recommend that you go with them if selling it quick and conveniently is something, or things that you value highly in this transaction. And then the last thing we'll talk about is number five, no closing costs. So whenever a property is sold, Uncle Sam and the local government and everyone are going to want to make sure they have their funds. If there's anything associated with the transfer tax, or depending on, again, your state or your jurisdiction, there's going to be funds that are required for you or someone to pay. And quite often in traditional sales, the seller and the buyer will split the closing costs. But when you're going to a cash buyer, one of the things that they provide or should provide to you is no closing costs. They'll close and pay for all the closing costs, which can put a little bit more funds into your pocket. Now, again, wherever you are, this is a lot of this is geared towards Durham, North Carolina, and Baltimore, Maryland, quite frankly, two areas that I focus on. But anywhere in the nation you can find, really in the world, but in the nation, I'm sure with a Google search or with searching out in your local area, you will find someone who can give you options, probably more than just one or two people. You're probably getting calls right now, but I definitely recommend that you just go with the people that you vet them, check them out, look at this website, look at their referrals, look at their reviews, and ask questions. Are you comfortable with them? Are they trying to sell you the world? Then it's probably a false. But if they can be honest and upfront and show competency and clarity, then I would definitely recommend that you go with them, because they can be a great option. So let's go over again with my doggy in the back barks. All right. So Coco, you ready to go over this? Number one, no waiting is 5 reasons that benefits for selling your property to a local cash investor. Number one, no waiting. Number two, there aren't any repairs. Number three, there's no showings, no one trotting through your house. Number four, no commissions. And number five, there's no closing costs associated. And so there may be other benefits as well. And of course, you have to weigh the options that everything comes with choices, right? Everything comes with their benefits and comes with their perhaps challenges or distractions. So make sure you weigh that yourself. And of course, reach out to us at the State Pro Service if you're interested in working with us. 919-341-1992 is the local number here, and the stateproservice.com. And of course, if you want to work with me or any other capacity, or if you want to join the Life and Transitions Experts Facebook group, that would be so awesome. Jump on Facebook, Life and Transitions Experts Facebook group. If you're a professional that's interested in promoting and pushing and growing your business to help others, holler at me. I'd love to interview you, love to chat with you. And again, If you're wherever you're watching this, listen to this, give us a review, your honest review. I usually ask for 5 stars, but I'm just really teasing with it. Whatever you think yeah, give us a review, and we'll take that as best we can, and we'd love to get some feedback and help this station grow. All right, everyone, this is Courtney Rollins signing off, as I always do. Rising tides, it lifts all sails.